Hello again from the forge. Today we're going to be working on a chef's knife. I've got a piece of 1/4 inch thick 1095 high carbon steel. I have ground the end round, and that's just to make it forging a little bit easier so I don't have to worry about getting the fish lips on the end as I'm drawing out the point. So let's get it hot and see what happens. I'll start out like most times, drawing out a point. Working from what's going to be the spine down toward the tip. And this is going to take a little while. No need to be in a hurry. Best to just take your time, make sure you draw it out right. Dress it not just for the width, but also dressing it for thickness. Want to keep that thickness just about the same as the parent bar stock at this point. For some reason, my forge is burning really dirty today. That's kind of sucking the heat away from my stock. I'm gonna have to clean that fire out eventually. With a coal forge, the impurities in the coal will actually melt and collect in the bottom of the forge, and it robs air from your work. Those impurities are called clinker, and I'll have to clean that out here shortly. But for now, we're going to try to get it roughed out. There we go, getting close. Just a good long taper, uniform thickness. I'm looking for about 6 inches of blade length. If we can get 6 inches of blade length, it'll stretch out to around 8. There we go, we'll mark our handled blade transition. So what I'm shooting for is between 7 and 8 inches for this blade. Forge in our handled blade transition. And when you're doing this, don't worry about how the handle kicks up. We'll fix that in just a second. That takes that kick right out of that handle. Forge a little profile into the handle. Make sure I'm getting the shape I want. Once again, I'm trying to keep the thickness pretty well uniform. Not really worried about a lot of distal taper in the handle of this one. I think a little weight in the hand balances a chef's knife out better. Mark it for length. And we'll get out our hardy cutter. And just whip the handle off. Start dressing our handle down. Even up the end. I'm pretty well happy with that. And there I'm cleaning the fire out. That's the clinker. That's all the mess that was in the bottom of my fire pot. Got the fire cleaned out. Now we can get a good heat, a good clean fire, and we can start forging out our bevels. Gonna start at the heel and draw down the heel first. There we go. And we're gonna work our way out, pulling steel from the spine down toward the edge. Not in any hurry, no need to be in a hurry. Put a little reverse curve in there. I'm only working about the width of the hammerhead at a time, that's enough. If you try to work too much blade length at a time and you make a mistake, then it's harder to correct it. Just work a short section and make smaller mistakes, and then they're easier to correct. Any strange sounds you may be hearing in the background are my dogs. And we'll just keep working our bevel out. Width of the hammerhead at a time. Now when I say I'm pulling the steel from the spine down toward the edge, I'm doing that by angling the hammer and actually using some of the facets on the flat side of the hammer, on the flat side of that hammer, because I have one side ground pretty flat and the other side's ground round for spreading stock a different way. But I angle my hammer and I use the facets on the flat side as a fuller to drag the steel down from the spine. Yeah, I've got it a little thin there in one place. It's okay, this edge is thick enough to upset back on itself. Just keep working it out. Leaving it thick enough to grind a little bit, and thick enough so I can dress the profile up on the flat of the anvil here in just a minute. It's going to be just about the shape I'm looking for. Planish out most of the hammer marks. Now we're going to dress up our profile a little. That's pretty good. Make sure all the hammer marks are out. Make sure everything's good and straight. We have an even taper. It's actually looking pretty good. Check our length. We're shooting for between 7 and 8 inches. See what we came out with. Yep, right at 8 inches. Okay, folks, well, we got that one ready to go in the temper. No need to go to the grinder much with that at all. I did have to narrow the handle a little bit, my mistake. But that's going to be a really good little knife. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us a comment in the comment section. God bless and have a great evening.